These are the most affordable, excellent ones that I can find. I'm going to check them to see if they're what I'm looking for. I will order one. Lo and behold, it came as a set of 2. And as I put it all together, I was like, it's so awesome. And then I ran upstairs to put them together for him, and he came up and he's like, that's so awesome.
That's exactly how I responded.
I know, right?
Coming to you from 125 Carver in Waco, Texas, it's the Riverside Weekly. We hope your time with us today is thought-provoking, spiritually challenging, and a life-changing experience. Our discussions are fun, real, and at times very uncomfortable. We highly encourage all of our guests and listeners to like and subscribe, and please ring the bell. Now, here are your hosts, Pastor Cello and Pastor Mia.
I was going to keep up, but I didn't. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. It's Wednesday.
What's up? It's Wednesday. Man, thank you guys for joining us. Man, just big shout out to everybody that's been subscribing. Man, we have busted through our 1,000 subscribers. Man, we are on almost every audio platform for podcasts. So if you're looking for us, you should be able to find us.
Yes.
And also YouTube.
Yes.
So,
and we want to say thank you to all of you for subscribing and sending all of this links to all your family, your dogs, your cats, everybody who subscribed.
Man. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we totally appreciate you. But we have some other things that we need you to do.
Some cool stuff coming.
We need you to go to Waco Awards today and set an alarm on your phone every day to go vote for the podcast of the year. Yes, every day. Every day.
Gangster, every day.
Podcast of the year. You must go vote for us every day.
Tap
Waco
the heart.
Awards, WacoAwards.com. Tap the heart under podcasts. How did they get there? Because I have a link.
We'll put the link in the description.
Okay. So when you click onto the link, it'll take you to the podcast page, and it's not the top 2, it's the next 2, and we're right there, and it just
There's
hit
a picture
the heart.
of us.
Yeah, hit the heart. It's our new podcast picture, and you can, again, vote every day for us. And also, too, we're gearing up to do our 200th episode, and we're going to do some giveaways.
Doing what?
Giveaways.
Oh, yeah, we're doing some giveaways.
I don't know if we're giving away one thing, or are we giving away a bunch of things?
To be announced.
To be announced? That's not cool, but okay. That's okay. So I would say definitely go vote for us because we want to win. We want to win!
We want to win. Yeah. Oh, by the way, at...
Something bit me.
Something bit me.
Yeah.
Something bit me. What is it?
I don't know. At
Waco. Go to Waco. We'll put 2 links in the description.
Okay.
But go and in your notes.
Okay.
So you guys that are listening via audio. Go to waco.com. There'll be a link there to buy tickets. So if you're in town or you're within driving distance, man, join us. We will be there. At the Waco Awards. It's going to be held at the Hippodrome, man. So come and hang out with us. We might have to put a little after party on afterwards if we win, because they're going to announce the winners there. So we might set up an after party whether we win or lose.
I was like, yeah.
We'll just do an after party, and when we win, it'll be a celebration after party. So, man, check those 2 links in the description and in your notes on your podcast. We'll put those links there for you guys. Man, thank you all guys so much for your support. Showing much love. All our folks across the nation, man, you guys know who you are. From the East Coast to the West Coast, from all the way down in the valley.
East Coast to the West Coast.
All the way from the valley up north.
Made me think about that
Minnesota, man, we appreciate you guys for your support.
Even all of you that listen to us and we don't find out till we're grocery shopping or we're somewhere and they're like, you guys are so funny. And we're like, you listen to us? We're like, you're Southern Baptist. So,
that's rude.
You know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
But bleep that up. That's your Peyton Baptist.
You can leave Southern and bleep out the Baptist part, right? You're Southern and you listen to us? You're Southern, bleep, type thing.
So,
Bleeping the wrong
yes,
things.
Bleeping the wrong
I
things
don't
is
know.
funny.
I don't know. But anyway, it's New Shirt Wednesday. Meow, meow, meow. If you'll
Yep.
see, you've got a controversial shirt on today. This is Ali, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
And he's got like a lock on his tape on his mouth.
lock tape on
and
his
he's
mouth.
got that crazy look in his eyes.
That's that censorship that everybody's
yeah.
been experiencing here
Yeah.
lately.
I know, for every little thing. But mine is
anyway.
not. Again, we are still celebrating National Native American Heritage Month. The month is not over. We're still celebrating it. And this is a shout out to my father-in-law, the Lozano clan. And you can see it says there, the Coyote clan. And I love it. I love it. I love it.
Family reunion from
Yes.
1995.
Wow.
It's a minute ago.
Wow, that was a minute ago. So anyway, I just thought I'd do that, and I don't think any of your family watches this because they may be Christmas
They
gifts.
might be.
I doubt
No, I know
it.
a lot of family members are starting to watch us.
Oh, okay.
So that's cool. Appreciate you guys.
yeah.
Thank you all so much.
And again, if you want this shirt, it is $39.95 for you.
$39.95.
Only for you.
Actually, on what was I going to say?
I don't know.
Kind of on the DL. You're hearing it first here. We got some brand new merch that's coming out.
Woo-woo, merch.
In our going into our
Short
fifth season.
for merchandise.
Going into our fifth season. So
fifth season.
Yeah, we're gonna kick that off.
All
That's coming
right.
up. Coming
High
up
five
also,
to a fifth season.
man. So we 200 episodes,
Mm-hmm.
Waco Awards, giveaways for both those, and we're also going to be hitting our fifth season coming up in soon.
We got a lot of things going on, y'all.
Yeah,
a
this
lot
is
of things.
busy next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
So,
very busy. Not
make
only
sure-
with the holidays, but with all that other stuff. And with that, I will say, I know we've talked about this before, but because the holidays are coming, I was thinking, or I'm trying to organize some of my houses. So not some of my houses, some of my house, the rooms in my house, so that I can, have room to wrap gifts or to store gifts for people, or in case people try to come over, that type of thing. I'm just trying to get my life together, okay? Okay, Tina? I'm gonna take it to the crap store, okay? That's just it. I have a lot of stuff that I need to get rid of, and I've been organizing, and you guys know this. If you've been following this for any time, I have been purging quite often, and it happens, and then it doesn't, and then it builds up, and then I do it again.
Spurts.
Yeah,
Comes in
spurts. But that's
spurts.
because, I was thinking about whether I should talk about this on the podcast or this on the podcast today, because, well, that's what I'm saying is that, we each have 24 hours in a day, and I know that all of you go to work. However, this is our work, okay? And I am Mia's Mad Hustle. If you'd like to follow me, you can. But I be hustling and doing some stuff, We're not talking illegal and things that are frowned upon if you watched last week, but things that, that I can do. And like he asked me last week, so is your t-shirt business a hobby or is it a business? Well, if I say it's a business, are you going to come after me? Are you going to tell Uncle Sam about me? Is he going to have to collect on me? Things frowned upon. Okay, but I will say that I have a lot of side hustles going on, and I'm not doing the cup, which cup was the ball in, that type of hustle, and because I'm not trying to hustle you for your money. I mean, I am, but not that way. So
You're digging yourself in a deeper hole.
I can't get
that hole
out.
just stop digging.
Anyway, so I was just gonna talk about each one of us having the same 24 hours in a day. And as I was cleaning up some of these rooms, because you guys, I don't know that we've ever talked about it, but we have a 7-bedroom, 3-bath house. That's what we started with. That's not what we have right now, but that's what we started with. And you're going, how do you get rid of bedrooms? You don't. You get rid of bathrooms. And that was a horrible thing to do, but
We're advancing the mission field.
what does that mean?
We're making changes within the house. So we'll have those restrooms will be back.
Yes, they'll
We're
come
just
back.
We're just remodeling
Yeah,
some stuff.
yeah.
And it's taking longer than it should.
Well, I thought about that, and I was thinking
Mostly
about...
because I'm the contractor. Anyway.
And we've said before, if you're a plumber, your house is probably never plumbed. If you're a mechanic, your car is probably falling apart. If you're a general contractor, you probably don't want to do your own house. You get paid to do other people's houses. So I was just saying that in that same people have the same 24 hours in a day, you have to divide those hours up for your family, for cooking, for bathing, for washing clothes, for going to work, for doing that kind of thing. And guys, this is just me being transparent. I thought to myself, I don't want to go to work tomorrow, Lord. And I immediately
You
heard.
and everybody else.
That's exactly
everybody
it.
that woke up this morning is saying the same thing. I don't want to go to work.
I know, and I know we talked about this during COVID, remember? People having to go back. I mean, most of you had to go back to your offices. We won't talk about those people that had to go back to your offices because I know some people were throwing a fit. You get used to being on a schedule and a cycle. And, yes, it was disturbing at first, and now we got used to it. And now things are like, whoosh, going back, and we're like, whoa, type thing. And I feel like in the disorganization, because as well as I know, or you may be like me, if you're going to clean a room, you got to start in the closet.
Start in the closet.
How can you clean a room without starting in the closet? Because then all the stuff that's in the room can't go in the closet if the closet is disorganized. So you got to pull it all out, put it all back in nice and neat so that all the stuff that's in that room can fit in there correctly. Right? Are you just sitting quiet over there?
I'm just listening to you, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to roll, huh?
I agree. Yep.
So, saying all that.
I don't have a closet, but go ahead, yeah.
I know you don't. That's what I was going to talk about, too. So, on Sunday, you talked about, the value in people.
Okay.
And talking about how I value the way you value your shoes. Or is that how you said that?
Something like that.
Okay. So basically, guys, this guy is a part-time sneakerhead, and he loves his suede Pumas.
Part-time is very, very stressed.
Yeah, because he loves paid suede Pumas. He always has, and it's just been a Run DMC thing in his life, I
No,
would
Run
say.
DMC wore Adidas.
Oh, you're right. My Adidas. Sorry, my bad. Anyway, saying all that to say that in this organization process, you see, like, I'm going to put the parentheses on that because organization is like huge. It's massive and it's a huge undertaking. And that's why I don't like to do it because I need 7 days to do one of those projects.
Well, I don't think you're abnormal. I think most people, that's why we don't.
Really?
I think that's why most of us don't tackle projects.
Yeah,
that's why
I don't want to eat the big frog. I don't want to eat the big frog.
We don't tackle the garage. We don't tackle the yard work. We don't tackle the closets. We don't tackle the laundry room, the storage shed, the house.
Yeah.
We don't tackle things because it's so huge, and you're just like.
I have 1 hour.
Yeah, you can't.
1 hour to get it done, and that's not enough for me.
Right, so we'd rather not do it. Let's throw on some Netflix.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Right, put on some Hulu or Amazon, like something where we're not
Or a
going.
movie.
We're not going into that closet. But I think that it's hard because we really try to. There are things that we want to do, but we try to find the time to do that, and unless you know that you got a full day to do that,
Yeah.
this is the funny thing about it.
Tell me.
You go, if I had a full day to do it, I would do it. But then when you get the full day, you're thinking,
That is me.
That's
I
not
don't
what
wanna
I would
do
do.
that.
I don't want to do that on my day off, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's hard because it's like what you said, eating the big frog. Like, man, you don't want to tackle this thing. I always say it's like, how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time,
right?
And I get that.
And it's just
we've
hard.
talked about
It's hard.
this before. We've talked about the organization, but it made me think about that. And people, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. And we were talking about getting organized in the house, but that also made me think about getting organized in our head and in our heart. We do that. We put that off. We don't want to deal with the mental thoughts that we're having, especially during these times right now. The holidays?
Yeah.
The holidays are huge when you start dealing with the loss of people or maybe, not even the loss, maybe just a situation. Maybe you lost your job or maybe, you didn't have enough money to buy any gifts at one time. Those feelings start to come up and we just shove them down because we don't want to deal with it. The same as organizing our houses, and this is our house. God gives us this body so that we can manage it, and he gives us the same, I was going to say 24 years, but 124 years to manage our body, but most of us mismanage that.
Yeah, and you were talking about organization and organizing your mind.
Yeah.
And there's a book called Clean Your Room by Jordan Peterson.
No, let me say that.
Clean Up Your Room.
Okay.
Clean Up Your Room by Jordan Peterson. And I was just Googling. I couldn't remember exactly the title. But in that, he gives some steps on helping to get your life organized. He gives some steps on some practical things that you can do, and a lot of it stems from. With the irony is that we have been working on our bedroom, trying to get it more organized.
I didn't finish telling the shoe story, but I will. Okay.
And so that's what he talks about. A lot of times, the organization of our life and our time really starts in our bedroom. Because that's where we sleep. That's where we wake up. And so a lot of times that kind of affects where we're at. So in this is it's just interesting that you're talking about that, because I know you didn't know about the book.
I did not. But God gave me a revelation on that as I was organizing.
So keep going.
around.
And link in description.
Okay. Good.
So I'll put a link in there for his book, and maybe a couple of videos in there so you can check those out. Or matter of fact, check right here for the video. There you go. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so just as I was organizing, and I was telling you about his puma, he doesn't have a puma fetish, because you can look up that word. That's not what it was. He just values his pumas.
I think they're really cool, and I like wearing them because I was young when I had them.
Okay. And he tries to get a color to match all of his shirts. So as I was organizing our room, and I'm going to talk about clutter, so bring me back there. As I was organizing our room, I had originally had bought him some boxes 6 months or so ago, and they were too small. So we just got rid of them. We didn't think about it. And every time I see these lighted up sneakerhead cases and stuff, they're all expensive. And so finally, I just took the time to sit down and look and find them. And I said, you know what? These are the cheapest that I can find. No. These are the most affordable, excellent ones that I can find. I'm going to check them to see if they're what I'm looking for. I will order one. Lo and behold, it came as a set of 2. And as I put it all together, I was like, it's so awesome. And then I ran upstairs to put them together for him, and he came up and he's like, that's so awesome.
That's exactly how I responded.
I know, right? So then
responded just like that. Oh my gosh!
Yeah. So saying all that to say that, then I told him I'm going to buy you one set a week until we get to your birthday. His birthday's just right around the corner. And by the way, we're about to celebrate our 30th anniversary, wedding anniversary. Jesus, we made it. Father God.
I don't know if we made it, but we still here.
Stop it. Anyway, so I said, I'm going to do this for his birthday. And, it's been a long time coming, because when you have 4 kids, 7 kids.
Everything moves slow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Way slow.
Yeah. It's like rolling the dice, and you can move one step forward.
The game of life.
Yeah.
I got to go back 4 spaces. This ain't fair.
The kids broke the door, the window, whatever. The car broke. Okay. So anyway, in that process, I bought these cases for him, and it's looking so nice, guys. And he's like, ooh, I got to buy a table to make it look all nice. And
I did it. That was me.
Yes, that was. And so, anyway, so in that process, y'all are going to laugh, but I went the other night to the kitchen to go get an ice cream sandwich. And as I'm passing through the kitchen and the living room and the dining room, I tell myself, tomorrow I'm going to get up and I'm just going to clean, and I'm not going to leave the house. No one's going to make me, and I'm not going to answer anyone's calls. I am just going to take, and this is my revelation that I had. We all have the same, and this was my thought. If I get started on any of these, Lord, I don't want to go to work tomorrow, because if I go to work, then I'm not going to finish this, and then I'm going to be mad. And then when I come back down here, you know the thoughts I'm talking about, because that's probably you, and you're laughing about it right now.
That's me.
Yeah, right? And you're
why I
like,
don't-
oh, I'm tired. I'm
That's
just
why I
gonna...
don't start some projects.
Right.
I'm like, oh my gosh,
So-
how much work that is.
So saying all that to say that I got up the next morning and was like, I'm fixing to tackle this, and as I'm tackling it, I'm thinking to myself, okay, Mia, don't overwhelm yourself. Don't get cluttered in your mind. Just get rid of some things and start tearing down boxes and things like that. Just start somewhere. And it's funny because his cousin was coaching me with my business, and that's what she told me too. My salsa business, calm down. And so she was like, you just have to start somewhere. And I think I heard you tell somebody a coaching moment, and you said that about what are you going to do to start that?
Yeah.
What
What's your
steps?
What's your step process?
Yeah, what's your step process? And so I thought to myself, okay, so I listen to him a lot when he's coaching people or mentoring them, and just God downloading things in me. So as I'm whining to God, as I'm cleaning,
As we all do.
yeah, and I hear you in my head go, just what step can you take next, Mia? Yes, you don't have tomorrow off. Yes, you don't, yes, you got to go to work, but so does everybody else. How can you move one step closer towards organization in your life? And how can you declutter? And I thought, well, then I need to declutter my head and get all those thoughts out of there, right?
Yeah, sometimes you have to do that.
Yes, because we get so bombarded with all the thoughts and all the things that we have to do that we clutter our mind up and we can't even hear God talk to us. And
Sometimes we can't even hear the people in the room that are talking to us.
yeah, that
Like
too.
it's really hard for us to focus. It's hard for us to pay attention because our mind is wandering on
Yes.
other things
Yes.
that are bothering us
Yes.
or bombarding us with
Yes.
thoughts of problems, issues, situations, emotions, circumstances, and we're
And we need to clean our room.
you clean your room.
Your room, right? Don't we say that all the time in Christianese? This is our house.
Our temple.
Our temple. We need to clean our room. Clean this room.
I'm adding a lower deck.
are
A
you?
lower level. Got a lower level going on right here. We're expanding the house.
Through Dunlap? Dunlap tires?
Through Dunlap.
Dunlapped over?
Yeah, Dunlapped over my belly, Dunlapped over my waist.
Okay. So I'm just saying that because these are the things I think about when I'm cleaning, especially when I'm by myself. And that happens to quite often, quite a few people. When you're by yourself, Jesse Duplantis, I love him, but this is what he said one time. He was mowing the lawn and just minding his own business. You know the story? And he said that the devil started talking to him about something his wife did. And he's like, yeah. He said he stopped mowing the lawn and went inside and said, Kathy. And she said, what'd she say? Satan, you get out of here. Jesse, you stay right there. And then she said, after that, she was like, yes, Jesse. And he said, I don't know. And she said, that's what I thought. Go back outside and mow the lawn. But we get like that and we get cluttered in our mind and we let the enemy come in and steal what goal we were trying to accomplish because then he starts talking to us and we allow him to do that.
Sometimes it's not the enemy.
Okay.
Sometimes
It's ourselves?
It's ourselves. Sometimes it's something that somebody told us.
Yeah, that's
Or
true.
some
And regurgitating it
an
over
emotional
and over, yeah.
emotional trauma that we went through, or an argument that we had earlier, and so we start.
Come on, throw it out here.
Well, sometimes I think we give the devil too much credit. Sometimes
You're right,
it's
you're right,
sometimes it's
you're
just
right,
us
you're right.
mulling over thoughts and emotions and situations,
Mm-hmm.
and we work ourselves up in a frenzy, and we can't think or focus. And so now, instead of being productive and effective and doing what we want to do and what we have in our heart to do, or what God's called us to, wherever you're at, and we
waste that time.
We
waste time.
get weighed down with the emotions and the thoughts. So we find ourselves plopped in front of a TV, plopped in front of our devices, and it's easier to do that than it is to clean the room, to clean the house, to get your thoughts and everything. So
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we give the devil way too much credit.
You're right. We do.
My
We do.
opinion.
No. You're right. I did forget about that. We as a human people do mull over things quite often. And if you'll think of it like this, you won't do that so often. Babies like to leave food in their mouth. if we have grandbabies, so we know
Chipmunks.
this. Yeah, and they like to leave it there, and then it gets all mushy and soggy and nasty, and and then they walk over to you, and you're like, okay, and they, right, and then sometimes they stick it back in their mouth. That's what we do to those things and those thoughts, and that to me is a
pretty
waste.
gross.
Hey, but if you think like that, you won't mull over those
pretty gross.
thoughts. Yeah, you won't mull over those thoughts over and over. And I think we get so caught up mulling over things and regurgitating them over and over and we get away from the task at hand that we waste part of the 24 hours a day that we have on useless things. And again, like I said, we have talked about this before, but it made me think about that. You need to go and you need to declutter and clean your room inside here and in here so that you can be productive.
Function.
Yeah,
Sometimes
just function, just to live, right. And going back to the hugs, remember the hugs episode?
Yep. Hugs episode.
Yeah. So
Hey, she's being trained, right?
I am.
Hugs episode.
Ding.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. But you need those things to function, and I was reminded of that as I was trying to declutter. I needed to declutter my mind too, and sometimes you don't need music. Sometimes you don't need word. Sometimes you don't need silence. It's different for everybody else. And for me, it was just me talking to God. I even had my headphones in my pocket, ready to go, and put them in. But it didn't happen that way. And I just had a great old time with God and didn't let my thoughts hold me captive and waste another hour a day. And I feel like that's really big for me in this season right now is wastefulness. We cannot lose a moment because of waste,
Makes sense.
So,
Makes sense.
anyway, that's my 2 cents. I'll be here all week. My name is Ido, and that's the way I see it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you'll have to go to Willie George to know about what that is.
All right. So,
Church on the Move. Yeah, it's a real thing.
I didn't say it wasn't.
Okay.
It just sounded funny. That's all.
All right,
Is that it? We're good?
we're good.
Man, appreciate you guys listening then. Thanks for so much. Don't forget, 200th episode coming up. We got some giveaways. We're going to give you guys the details coming up. Check out our social media at where I don't even know what's your Instagram. Your Instagram.
My Instagram?
What's your Instagram?
The
I don't even-
original Pastor Mia.
Okay.
The original Pastor Mia at Instagram. I was like, what?
I don't know.
I don't know. Actually, I really don't get on there as much as I used to. I am on Snapchat. I never get on there. And I'm on TikTok, and I never get on there. Listen, if you're...
She swipes Watson's videos. That's what she means when she gets on there. She watches videos.
Yeah.
Swipes. She don't post
Very rarely.
Very
And if I do, it's usually my grandkids because I just, again, this is my season of let's not be wasteful.
So. Pastor Mia.
The original
Pastor
because
Mia
someone
on
hacked
Instagram.
mine.
The original Pastor Mia on Instagram, and then mine is Cello Lozano on everything. So,
Yeah. But you can look for pictures for our 30th anniversary and be ready for our 200th episode.
yeah, so we'll be posting on our personal accounts.
Yeah.
You'll see our stories on our Riverside account. But, man, looking forward to some 200 episodes, man.
The big two.
We didn't realize how long we were going to be going, but we've been going for a
know.
minute. So, appreciate you guys. Thank y'all so much. Like, subscribe, share. Holler at you guys.
Thank you for listening to the Riverside Weekly. Download the Riverside Waco app to stay connected and follow us on all social media sites at the Riverside Waco. This podcast is made possible by the givers of Riverside Community Church. Production and engineering provided by Capital G and RTV in Waco, Texas.